Hello, everyone. Live on YouTube. Wait a few minutes, see if anyone joins us today. Today. Tomorrow. Got a crowd yet? What do we got? All right. Lucia, hello. Uma, hi, baby. Well, it's Uma. Hi, baby. Was just on the phone, and here you are. Hello, Sylvia. Say hello, hit the thumbs up, like and subscribe if you want to be a YouTuber. For me, it's like liking them. Up, 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 up. Up, 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 up. Sound should be good. Done a lot of tests on my microphone to make sure everything is up to speed. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. Hey. All right, 11 in the house. Good enough. Let's go. Action in the now. Through observation of my own little universe, awakening, taking this master journey of absolute fucking insanity, leading me to an idea of realizing how much I think about shit. It is amazing if you watch yourself and observe yourself with a diligence and honesty on how much action you don't take in comparison to how much you think about reality. I almost named it Don't Think, but it felt better to name it Action in the Now. Because action in the now, when you're involved in the moment, there's no thinking. Thinking goes out of the moment. It's like having sex. You know, you're having hot sex with a person you're passionate about, not just revenge sex or I need to slut out sex. Just that passionate sex where you just lose your fucking mind and you're just two beings joining as one. And that's possible in all of realities because we are that, literally. But most of us have been conditioned through reality to go ahead and think about everything. And then if we look at it long enough and stir it up, it starts to formulate futures. Because action in the now doesn't have a future. Action is. It's a relationship to the now that has no apologies. It's a relation now that's never dumbed down. It's the absolute power and bliss of the now. I think something Eckhart was trying to explain to us. The power of the now is the behavior with you, which is everything is the truth. Everything you choose in the now is your truth creates your reality. It's the dynamic interaction of explosion. Of I am being, right? So when you're thinking a lot about reality, well, you must be manifesting thoughts about thinking about reality. So you're going to continue to attract those thoughts. And those thoughts don't lead anywhere. Let's be smart about this. Let's be smart about time one more time. Let's really look at it with an intellectual point of view. If you are thinking about your future, thinking about the possibilities, and then coming up with questions, what happens and how do I? And what if? And I should have. All these things that are not happening in the now, yet they are. not on other realities. That's the claim you're making now. Remember, that's the action in the now that you're creating your experience. You're literally creating an experience about thinking about your fears, thinking and conjuring these fearful thoughts if you're putting your energy into it, right? So what are you doing? You're just creating a now. In its simplest, truest, most defined PowerPoint of now, you're fucking creating it because you're thinking about it. Now that's your action in the now. That's how you're creating. Look at that. How much actual action do you do? And I'm not talking about the physical action, going out and doing something, because most people are thinking about the next thing. See, do you ever notice that? What's next is always looming because you have an expectation about this idea that you've preset in your mind to get there. And once you get there, it becomes what next, because the ego is never satisfied because the ego itself is lack. And if you're using the ego to acquire a better state of being of you, you're vibrating lack, you're going to bequeath lack, right? So you're going to put out lack and get back lack. That's why everything is unsatisfying. Oh, you might be satisfied to the grandeur of your Benjamin Franklin list of positive and negative, or your pros and cons, if you want to put it in English terms. You're, oh, this worked out better than this. So it was a positive result. Really? A positive result? That's what you're looking for? You're looking for outcome? None. That's your mind, your ego, your structure, your conditioning, your humanity that's selling you a story that's not action in the now. It is action in the now on the story that you're telling yourself. And that's the story that continues. Look at you all. Go ahead. Let's all think about it for a second. Shh, church mouse. Quiet now. Quiet the mind. Pay attention. Look at all the fears you've ever thought about. Look at all of the actions you've taken in your thoughts of fears that were just nows. They didn't lead anywhere. They don't have results. We're going to talk about time. We're going to give you a perspective that might bring some ideas about how time is not linear, not cycled. It's created. All right. So all of those nows about your fears. Think about it. What's going to happen? 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 What about? And when you just say, shut the fuck up, me, and go to fucking work and do your deal, you get the results of vibrational relationship. So if you're taking action in lack, you're going to get a lackful now birthed. You get an awesome now choice. You get a awesome now birthed because there's no one in charge. Think about the fear they sold you. Karma. There's all this fucking shit out there. Okay, you're not a child anymore. You're not on the playground. Grow the fuck up and listen. Listen to yourself. All that stuff they're selling you is pain. Like, if I do this, this is going to come to me. If I'm positive, I'll get positive results. No, you're being lack. You got to look at the relationship of action. If it's predicated on a thought of an expected outcome in time, which is actually your now experience, and it's lackful, then why wouldn't it be any other thing but lackful? So that action in the now that you chose to create through your truth and your perception and the whole package you are in that fucking moment has nothing to do with any other moments in time, because time doesn't exist. It's a created experience. Is your choice. It's your reality created. Right? Stop looking for trying to figure this game out. There's nothing to figure out. There's only living. I've got enough information figuring it out for you guys. Watch the fucking videos and go to work. You don't need classes. You don't need a whole bunch of fucking things. You don't need master's degrees. You don't need anything because you're already a god. It's taking down the shit that says you're not. And that lies within your own fucking kingdom. And you have to clean house and sit down at your fucking throne and take command again. I did. It's fucking epic. So that action in the now, the power of the now, you know, I was thinking about it. And I was thinking about how I really turn myself on. What really gets me going besides Tommy, you know, but that's a human thing, right? But this internal idea, right, gets me going and I'm doing it right fucking now, right? Flute, same thing. It's a movement of reality of attraction. So I don't have a lot of things going on in my life. But what I do have is absolutely attraction of my passion. By forging myself in the brutal, blissful truth of me in the moment, that is the best self that I feel, not think. Oh, no. Feel and take action on that feeling creates that dynamic explosion of energy and the interaction of this singularity with all that is, right? So it's awesome. It's just epic, you know? Hang on. So I was like, oh, what do I love to do? Well, I love to speak. I like to talk to people. I talk to Lucia, I talk to Victoria, and they keep me going because they come at me with ideas. And this little private class I do, they come at me with ideas, and I like talking about it. A couple of the people, and I had a complete stranger, never met today. I said, text me, and I talked for like 20, 30 minutes with her today. And that turns me the fuck on. That's the power of the now. Now, that's not a permanency. That's not an identity. That's what I love to do internally. See, there's the relationship. If I turned it outside and all of a sudden I'm supposed to be a speaker / channeler and I got to make a difference to the world. So then I'm going to come up with a project and goals and ideas, and people are going to gather around this vibrational idea of lack, and it's going to be very human, and I might have great fucking success, but I'll be an empty fucking shell. I'll be a goddamn corpse walking around in a shell of me because I'm projecting from the idea of image, right? So I'm not going to become anything. I'm doing it as I am. And that's very difficult because we are conditioned, an enormous amount of conditioning to have an outcome, to say what about, and what are you going to become? I watched one of the greatest movies I've ever watched, Bohemian Rhapsody. Finally watched the story of Freddie Mercury and his parents and his dad and his parents. They were traditional people, and here comes a singer that doesn't go to school and doesn't fulfill their dad and just disappoints the fucking family and turns out to be gay and everything. But he didn't waver because he couldn't help it. And he birthed Freddie fucking Mercury. Birthed Queen, part of those 4 idea creators getting together and say, fuck you world, we're going to be awesome. And they are, right? Because they were here, not here. They try to sell him pain, and they said no. They said no, we're worth ourselves, right? Do you see the representation of that? It's not you go out and become a great idea of this or that. You don't fuck around with image. You don't think. You are in the now, and choosing now creates now. If you're vibrating awesome, what's your future going to look like? Shit? Karma? Payback? Dues? Debt? All the stuff you think's going to happen through the idea of the past? Or is it going to be awesome? Motherfucker, it's awesome. God, yeah, how do I deserve awesome all the time? Because I create my reality with my PowerPoint of now, with my I am. And I have to relearn me. I don't know who the fuck I am. I thought I was this thing. I've been so many things in my life. Things, image, image. Oh, they're like this, I'm this, and I'm this. Here's my resume. Please love me. Will you love me because my resume? And the world is out there squawking like stuck pigs. Yeah. Out there just doing whatever the fuck they're doing. I don't give a fuck about the world, neither do you. You don't need to worry about that. The collective is an energetic idea psyche made up of a whole bunch of little tiny balls of light. And those balls of lights are ideas, singularities, expressions, me, you, creation, happening. The species is going to ascend with or without you. Right? We're almost there at a time. Stick with me. So don't worry about the outcome. Be the self that is part of the enlightenment, not the darkening. The darkening is purpose, meaning, outcome, need, want, desire, have to, should, could, would, what about, and if, but. All of that is the human idea trying to manage reality, and it feels good to control, doesn't it? Because it feels like out of control. I've said it 1,000 times. The people are trying to control creation. You can't control it. You're going to have a bad time when you control it. The more you let go, the more you allow yourself and do the honest self in the moment, you're only going to get better. It's an effortless idea. You have to go through the fucking shitstorm of your beliefs. You're going to find every single one of them. I guarantee you that. There's no escaping the pain. You're going to have to suffer your own truths. You're going to have to transcend them and accept them and vibrate out of them by not giving them the energy. Like fear and hope and desire and purpose. I came to Earth so I can be a rainbow moccasin sun child. I'm the 9th dimension Lyrian Syrian hybrid, and I'm going to save the world. Are you fucking kidding me? You're a god that forgot. Be the God, not the image. The fuck are you doing? Stop with the resumes and the images and all that stuff that some diarrhea sold you so you can pay him $100 for a fucking session so you can have identity. You're getting answers, questions, answers, questions, answers, questions. Every time there's an answer, you have another question. The cycle goes on. Where the fuck are you in this picture? The creator. We forgot we're creators. We didn't forget if we're Syrian or Pleiadian or all these ideas. We forgot we're creators. And we're trying to think our way back. We can't think our way back. We have to be the power of ourselves, our worth, our choice in the now. That's how we go home. Not because of purpose. And all this fucking shit, here comes time. All this fucking shit bag they sold you on predestination. How can you have predestination when there's no time? Time is created. Oh, look, it's 4:02 Central Time. What time is it was a second before? 4:01? No, because there was no knowledge of it. But then we reflected it, and then we have an idea, and that's a timestamp, and that's how our life goes. We look at, create an experience of time within the now, and the now is endless. How can you have a contract, a soul contract? Where did that come from? Where did that fucking information come from? It came from a fucking human. That's where it came from. A human. A human gave us that story. Not an entity. It might have been a channeled human, but it was still a human. You don't trust another. You only trust your kingdom and your isness. All of a sudden, I'm under contract. I'm supposed to do this. I can't break a contract. Then there'll be karma. Who's enforcing the contract, by the way, if I break it? And what's the punishment? What? No, nobody? No, it has to be somebody. There's got to be you see, look at the fucking pain. Look at what you sell yourself. Stop with all of it. Stop and let go of everything that your memory is selling you. And start right now with you. The action in the now creates vibration. And vibration creates. It attracts light, the light of your worth coming in, changes, shifting millions of earths all the time, going to the earth that is representative of your worth. You don't need proof, but proof will make itself known. And when it comes, don't be a fucking coward. Don't be a sissy. Don't be in awe of it. Oh, look what I got. I wonder why I deserve this. Don't do that to yourself. Don't dumb yourself down to a shitbag because they sold that to you when you were a child. You're not a child. You're a god. Action in the now. Time. Let's look at it. Let's look at this. Tomirote tio ti ma chichi mayavaka deshni moto. All right. Now. All nows. How does this now understand this now? Maybe through a memory. Right? That's the past now. Here's a future now. How does it understand this? Maybe through the memory again. Because you can't think of a future without a memory. Because there's no reference of a future unless you have a memory. So really, there is no future now, is there? Can't be. Because the only way you can think about what's not now is your memory. Your entire future is based out of your memory. The possibilities. You can't think of any other earth except an earth that is contained in your memory. And you have to think in order to get that. We're not talking about insight. We're not talking about expanded nows. We're talking about the human experience. Stay with me. So what about this now? So let's say in this now, I died. Right? And then in this now, here's how I died. So here's the story in the now. And then I look in this now and I create an experience to get me to this now. Because I already know the outcome of this now. I'm dead. And I know the outcome of this now. It leads to my death, doesn't it? So if I already know the conclusion, then why do I have to figure out the journey? I don't. Whatever's going to happen in the other nows already happened. You've heard that from other channels if you want to believe humans or not. Everything has already been created and everything is already done. You're just telling yourself the story of all of those ideas in infinite different ways. The now is this big idea, and what you do is you look at the now and you start bending it. And you create a now experience that says, I have a time. But it's actually not time. It's not another now, is it? Is it? Is it another now? No. It's still now. Where's time in that? If I'm now, and we said there's yesterday, which none of you have been to, and yesterday, and here's tomorrow. No one's ever been to tomorrow. No one's ever been to yesterday. We've only been one place. H&N. Here and now. That's the only place we've ever been. See, we create an experience through our idea of our relationship with the bending, changing, everlasting, constant now, and we tell ourselves a story. In this now, even though I may die, I'm not dead. I'm experiencing this now and this now, if you want to look at it with time. But what happens if you take time away? Don't think about it. Don't try to figure it out. Don't be immature at this moment, trying to come up with a special right answer. You're not wrong, and you don't need to be right, because you're always all right. All of you are all right, period. Okay? So if I'm now, and then I have a memory, that's my now reflection of the memory. Did it occur? See, that's the question. That's the question humanities really want to know. Do I really have parents? Did I really have a dog that died 10 years ago? Did I really have an idea of that ex-boyfriend, or is it just a memory? Well, you answer that question with yourself. You have enough courage to say yes or no to that. You have to find your own truth to that, because there is one thing that I know in this idea of creation, is there is only one truth, and it's yours. That's how we stay unconditional, and that's how we stay ever changing, because there's no constants except change. We can sit here and talk about how you're supposed to do this and do that and be this and be that. That's crap. If you're here right now, you can stop doing everything that you fucking hate, and your life is only going to get better. You're going to go through a lot of fears. You're going to probably get a result of people just absolutely abandoning you. You might feel guilty and upset, and your dependencies will make you have drug-induced fucking comas because you're just, well, let's say you're, what do you call that? Shedding your dependency or whatever? You know, kicking the habit of dependency, externalism. Anyways, so the point is you are the only one that creates the experience in your world, and your truth tells you. My truth, I did have a yesterday. I haven't been there. It sits in my memory in the now. Right? And whatever my tomorrow brings in a space-time continuum of day, night, as long as I focus, I'm going to keep creating this third density idea. I'm going to create the bubble of third density, because I am the third density. I'm not in it, I am it. I'm creating that bubble for me. And if I'm in that bubble, I'm going to experience it as I choose. They really sold us, didn't they? Not any particular person or institution. They sold us the idea of we're not enough. And that's generations. Your parents want to be proud of you. Your teachers want to be proud. No, they don't. They need their ego filled. If they were unconditional, they can give a flying fuck what you did. They would love you whatever you did, without question, without concern. If you seek guidance with them, they might offer an idea that's different than your truth, but they would never demand it, ever. That's unconditional. Anyways, so when I watched Bohemian Rhapsody, and there was the Live Aid thing at the end, and I'm so glad they did the whole fucking thing, the 20 minutes. That was so epic. And I saw Freddie up there, and the way he grabbed that audience with his love, I was like, I knew I had to speak. I can't help but to do it. And whatever comes in my life and however I change, I don't need to control, because I can't fail me. I can never have a better outcome than the way I am now. Ever. So be true to thine self, masters. Let no one waver you off the truth of discovery. Never let them negotiate with your worth. Never apologize for your existence. You just go out there and kick some motherfucking ass. In whatever way you do. Doesn't mean loud and boisterous and cuss words every other fucking word like me. It means the vibration of worth you choose is an ass kicker. It blinds them with your light and allows them to see theirs. If they don't pick up their own light in birth, it doesn't matter because they're already God. So they'll just drift off to another earth and they'll have their lives. And those lives are perfect and unconditional, and you don't need to save them because they're not in peril. All you need to do is take care of you. Create the bubble of enlightenment that allows people to see their own beauty. And if you can do that, you're going to feel alive more than any idea of a human fucking dependency, identity could ever fulfill that emptiness that you seek. Because the emptiness is an illusion. The I am is present. Take down the belief systems to realize what you already are. And the journey itself becomes priceless. It does. Anyways, I think I'm going to go play a little Titan Quest. I practiced my flute today. I did all my stuff. I feel good. Made some beef stew the other day. I got dinner ready. We got some rain in the forecast. Might get to play my flute tonight outside on the balcony. So I'm just going to go be my awesome God as you do the same. To my masters, I love you all. Booyah.